Here with the reaction, Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton. You know what? People are moving to your state, Senator, for these very reasons. We see it all over the country, and nobody seems to want to do anything about it. Why?
Well, Sean, these Democrats have an ideology that says every criminal is also a victim of a racist criminal justice system or a rotten country that has been a source of discrimination and oppression from the very beginning. You heard it best, I think, with the mayor-elect from Chicago. You had teenagers rampaging in the street, looting and beating people, and he said that we shouldn't criticize the youth who've lost opportunity. Sean, these are not second graders. These are 16 and 17-year-old adolescents. And if 16 and 17-year-olds commit violent crimes, then we should lock up those punk kids.
All right, the answer of the left is always take away people's gun rights, go after the Second Amendment. When are they going to realize that we need police to do the job of keeping people safe? That's not that complicated to me.
No, it's not complicated at all, Sean. And in fact, the victims of these crimes, oftentimes in poor and minority neighborhoods, are the ones who are most supportive of having a more or stronger police presence. The simple fact is, if you have more police on the beat, you have less crime. But Democrats have been trying to defund the police for years. Even when they have police presence, they'll often not charge these criminals. As you said, Alvin Bragg in New York City won't, as the U.S. Attorney in the District of Columbia won't, because they are worried that there are racial disparities in the commission of these crimes and therefore in the charges of them. And even if they get charged and convicted, these criminals often know that they're not going to go to jail and do hard time.
Do you think this migration out of blue cities and states is going to continue? Because I don't see any end to it.
Well, I certainly know a lot of people who have left blue states and blue cities, oftentimes moving to the Sun Belt, where there's more economic opportunity, there's more public safety, lower taxes, and a more business-friendly environment. I do worry that it just makes those areas even more blue, and it leads to the election of even more radical ideologues. I mean, look at what's happened in Chicago. If you thought Lori Lightfoot, the current mayor of Chicago, is bad, just wait until you see her replacement, the guy who's defending teenagers rampaging the streets and looting as underprivileged youth.
Let me ask you about, well, liberal lawlessness, if you will. So now we know that Tony Blinken was actively involved in getting 51 intel agents to say that the Hunter Biden laptop was probably not real and a Russian disinformation campaign. That was completely untrue. Tony Blinken led that lying effort. We know the laptop is very real. Should there be consequences for Tony Blinken?
Yeah, I mean, Sean, it's just another example of how Joe Biden, Tony Blinken, and all the Democrats in Washington are willing to take whatever steps are necessary to hold on to power. I think Tony Blinken should answer for this. He should answer in front of Congress. I'm very pleased that you've got our good friend Jim Jordan in charge of the House Judiciary Committee, who's going to get to the bottom of these matters, because the American people deserve to hear the answers they didn't get in the last campaign before the next campaign.
What about the IRS whistleblower that wants protection, that is claiming that, in fact, Hunter Biden is getting special treatment, and, in fact, the AG lied under oath when asked about this? How serious is that to you?
Well, it's very troubling allegations, Sean, not just of what Hunter Biden has done, but that political higher-ups in the Department of Treasury and the Department of Justice may be trying to suppress this information or prevent charges being brought against Hunter Biden. But, of course, you know, the Democrats always praised whistleblowers in the Trump era, especially during the first impeachment of President Trump. So I'm sure all these Democrats, to include Joe Biden, are going to man the ramparts to defend this whistleblower who's saying that he is not allowed to do his job and that prosecutors in the Department of Justice are sitting on information that would lead to criminal charges against Hunter Biden.
Well, that sounds like liberal lawlessness to me. Senator Cotton, thank you.